you could have painted the entire frame and everything assembled, why did you choose to do everything disassembled?
Because I knew with painting something this big, and like I say, I'm not a professional painter, but I knew if I painted this truck frame with these installed, it would, I would have overspray over all this. It's hard to keep everything wet. You need everything wet looking to make it shine.
Right.
And I just knew I would have a disaster. So I decided to blow it all apart. And that way you get better coverage too, and then, you know, it ain't gonna rust in between and so on and so forth. That's why I did it that way. Now everybody's probably thinking I'm crazy, but I've never done this before, so I'm learning as I go. And that's why I decided to do it that way.
And with everything being sandblasted,
yeah,
you know, that's just more nooks and crannies that got paint removed
right.
from it.
So that's why I did it this way. It took a lot more paint. It took, so this is base coat, clear coat. And the reason I went with clear coat, not because I think it's better or anything like that. It just, with this color that we came up with, they don't make it in single stage. Mm-hmm. So I had to use clear coat to get this color. So I ordered 2 gallons of paint, which figured I'd have a ton extra.
Yeah. Because
when you order base coat, clear coat, you mix it 1-to-1. So that's 4 gallons of product.
Right.
My paint can has about that much in the bottom of it, and it's gone. But
got enough to do a couple trinkets.
yeah, so be it. It's painted, and now we're gonna attempt to put these rear ends under here, minimal scratchage. Otherwise, I'll fire myself as a mechanic and have to rehire myself as a painter. You know?
You're fired! Okay.
Well, hopefully it's just a case of getting under there with...
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna get scratched, assembling it this way.
Right.
But, you know, we'll keep it to a minimum.
But it's peace of mind that you got coverage on everything.
Yeah, and like I say, unless you're the magician painter, I don't know how you could keep this all wet looking while you're spraying the frame. It's just,
right.
It would be a never ending battle, because if you get some dust on here, then you're gonna dump some clear on it, and then it just,
yeah,
I just don't think it would.
And glossy. And...
yeah, you could wax it. And I'm not like I say, I'm not a painter. I've done enough snowmobiles where I felt like tackling this, so.
Right.
And will I ever do it again? Hell no. I was in that booth for frickin' 30 hours. It was insane. But this is the fun part, because you get, when these projects get like that thing that was all on pallets and pieces, and I got parts at my dad's house, parts at my house, parts down here, and it's just, it gets kind of draining, depressing, and then when you get to this, now it's actually, hopefully today it's going to have its tires back on it and be rolling again.
Yeah.
And
the piles get smaller.
Right.
That's
my
exciting.
pallets are gone, you know, of all this. So I think painting the cab is going to be quite a bit smaller than this project, which I thought it was the other way around. You know, I'll just replace them rails quick and sandblast it, and no, it's different. Another thing too is people might ask where I got the frame rails from. I got it from a place called Vicon Fabricating, and I know a lot of people shop at PG Adams for frame rails.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is there's no problem with PG Adams. They're on the East Coast. So trucking was insanity to get them here. So these guys are out of Ohio, I believe. And you want to talk to Joe Geitz down there. He really took care of me on those frame rails. And what else can I say? It's
do they have a website?
Yeah, if you go on Vicon, if you just Google Vicon Fab,
yeah,
it pops up. And they make frame rails for like cement trucks, those big, huge cement trucks, fire trucks, everything. So, and these frame rails, this truck is 297 inches. wheelbase. And you might ask yourself, why didn't you just go 300? Well, my friend ordered a new Kenworth like 10 years ago. And he said, I want a 300-inch wheelbase. And they said, if we're going to build you a 300-inch wheelbase, we're going to put an insert in the frame, which is kind of a double frame in the back here, to make it more rigid. And he said, I don't want an insert. And they said, well, we won't make it for you then. And he said, well, how long will you make it without an insert? And they said, $297. So I just copied him. If Kenworth won't make it because it's not safe or whatever, well, they made it $297 without an insert, so I made mine $297 without an insert.
3. Take it or leave it.
That's why I did it that way. So Vicon Fab, they really took care of me. They did a great job. And then I just called, I have some friends that work at D&E Transport here in Minnesota, and they see truckers or trucking outfits, the frame rails don't take up no room because they're so skinny. So and they call it a partial load. So if they can get $800 to throw my rails on, coming back from, and they're already coming back from Ohio, I mean, it's just a bonus because they don't weigh that much. And so I got them back here from D&E. And thank you, Sheila. She's a dispatcher there. And that's the story of the frame, where it came from, and the wheelbase. So less talky, more worky. Let's see. See if we can get this frame, these housings in without wrecking too much stuff. And
Maybe get some sunlight on her.
Would that be great?
All right, stay tuned. I'm just gonna let it roll as we move it back.
So then, obviously, you can see these pegs go in these front, or these, I would call them center, these holes. And these,
So these leaves compressed?
they go like that. So that's what we're going to try for. Look at that. 430. My goodness.
They'll be grease all over it by the time you're done.
So we're going to go south.
Hopefully we don't We're gonna have to go this way, I know that.
Okay.
Probably at least 8-10 inches.
For what? Because I'm going to hit that thing?
No,
Okay.
to get it set.
So that, we're going to go west for that.
Let's move this and get a good angle on it.
How's that for now? Down?
Yeah. We're gonna have to go forward about 4 inches.
Okay. Now, I'm trusting you to hold that one.
Yeah, I got it.
So we're gonna go back north. Let's go down a little.
Yeah, let's.
How are you doing on your cannon bar there? Good?
We're good for now. Okay. This is gonna hit.
Yep.
So do we gotta move it this way to sneak it inside?
Yep.
Is that where it's gotta go?
Here, we're gonna stop for a sec. See these bolts here? That's where that goes. So, okay. You just
Set this down gently.
hold that bolt out there. I'm gonna take this nut off.
There. We could probably just swing it with hand.
We are.
If we get it up.
Okay, hold that one.
It's a delicate process.
Today, Junior?
Okay.
So we're gonna have to pick these
Pick
leaves
that
up so we don't scratch it.
And then you're just gonna push the frame that way, and I'll go down, okay? Ready?
Yep.
Okay, I gotta go forward just a touch, right?
Yeah.
Not much though. And we can push,
like going that leaf.
we can push these out a little, see, get you more room. Okay,
Scratch too much. Pick that up.
I'm gonna go down. You want me to shove a bolt through?
Let's see if we can get it lined up.
You want me to go down some?
Yeah, a little bit. Damage the threads.
You ain't gonna damage them threads, they're grade 8. They're hard. Is it, you got a lot of bolt hanging out yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Inch and a half.
So here's what we're gonna do.
It's hooked, it just doesn't want to.
Let's just leave them there because that's not gonna fall off. And let's get these holes lined up. How are you sitting?
I gotta go back about a strong inch.
That's what I'm thinking too. So you watch the holes. I'm gonna push it back, okay?
Yep. A little bit more. There you go.
See it?
Yeah, but it'll roll forward. So if you can hold it, I can get a block from somewhere.
There you go.
Sweat. It's too stressful.
How you doing on your peg?
It's got to come. I'm probably halfway forward across the hole. So if we can come back or move the rear end on this side.
I'm gonna just let her down a little bit, okay?
Yep.
Is it getting better?
Yeah, a little bit, but
Okay, coming down.
just gotta get it sneak back. We're probably 2/3 of the way.
I'm in.
Just gotta come back just
I'm in.
2/3 of the way.
Which way you gotta go?
Rear end's either gotta come forward or the frame's gotta go back.
Okay. Watch this shit. How's that? Better?
Too far. Just once. It's in. It's in.
It's in. Oh my God, it's in.
They don't want you. Bang your springs there.
So, now can you take and pound those in by hand a little bit?
I can't get that one though.
Here. Put that on there. It's in. It's in. Yeah, they're self-locking.
Well, we're just gonna get some bolts buttoned up here, and then we'll keep filming. U-bolts in and.
I think I got it started.
Yeah, because inside these holes is gonna be scratched no matter what.
Yeah, that's fine.
So as long as you can get them started.
Here's what I'm gonna do. You see this board here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a fucking pry bar and get in here and fucking jack on that, and I want you to hold down on this, you know what I mean? Because I'll start prying that thing up. That doesn't make much sense, does it?
So the tough part about these U-bolts is these holes, or the U-bolts are spread compared to the holes. So we got to compress the U-bolts in order to get them down into the holes properly. And we got to do all that without scratching anything. So. Okay, so what we did here was we blocked up this bottom block that goes on the underside of the axle and got the U-bolts started just in these top holes here. We were able to block it up where it was close enough to the bottom of the rear end. Then we gave her a little tap-a-roo to get the U-bolts through and get the nuts started. So that's where we're at. Okay, we've got 2 rear axles in it. We've got the airbags in it. Now, if you remember, these rear axles are out of a 2014, and the bags came out of that same truck, and we found that this bag has 2 punctures in it. So we put some tire patches on it just to hold it so that we can put a little air in it to get it set back on the ground.
Are you mental?
So we can get some rear wheels and tires on it. But that's where she's standing right now. And we took and used some threaded rod in the shock mounts to keep the rear ends from drooping and ripping the bags off when we lift the frame up in the air, you know, to slide the rear end underneath and get everything ready to go. So it's looking good. Kind of give you an underneath look. Looking good.
This is getting good.
Pop that clutch.
Give it some ether. Give her some ether to her. Fire that bitch up. Oh. That is a long son of a bitch. Huh? Sure is. Fuck. Didn't seem that long in the cutting table, did it? Yeah, a little bit. Wow. Boy, it's pretty, that color in the daylight. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Buddy.
Fucking run into some shit that are fucking breaking.
Back from the dead.
You ever hear of a tuna?
You ever hear of a ritual killing?
See, I'm trying to get around this frame. It just takes a while.
Boy, she sits sea level, don't she? Yeah. In the back? Yeah. Oh, yeah, but remember when that fucking big motor was in there, it's pushed it through.
Yeah. You want me to sit on it?
That fucking is long.
Yeah. Looks nice.
See, I think that's going to be perfect. That cross number right there is the back of the sleeve.
Right.
I think that's about the perfect amount.
Right. Yeah, that was nice.
come get a shot of these pumpkins. It looks like it looks like a piece of candy. I would like to try and chew on it.
Rocky Road?
So let me tell you a little bit of the negotiating skills on those rear ends.
Yeah.
That guy that I bought them from,
Mm-hmm.
he was out of Pennsylvania, and he said, I got some rust-free differentials, and I said, well, go look at them. I want to know how rust-free. So he comes back in, and it was a cutoff, because they had flopped the truck over.
Right.
And he says, I got good news and bad news. I said, okay. He says, the good news is there's absolutely zero rust on those, but the bad news is the frame is damaged, and a lot of people, they just buy the cutoff and then they weld it onto the back of their existing truck. And I knew I was re-railing this,
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted like $4,000 for the rear cut because it was low mileage and no rust.
Yeah.
And he said, the rails are damaged and bent. I said, oh crap, and I played the oh shit card, and I said, well, that ain't gonna work, I guess. And then he goes, oh shit, sorry. And he goes, and I go, well, how much would you come down, if I took it? Oh shit, he goes, you give me $2,500, we'll call it a day. And I didn't want the fucking frame anyway.
Right.
So it worked out.
You dog.
You scallywag.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was playing the part. Not that I'm a good actor, but
Yeah.
that day I was.
So what are your thoughts on your first rollout in the sunlight?
It's unbelievable. I was getting pretty depressed actually because it's just so much work. I didn't realize it was this much work, but now that it's rolling, it's going to be fun because you could start
Bolting big pieces on.
yeah, hanging new fuel tanks on and new air tanks, and everything's polished and chrome now.
Yeah.
All the grunt work is, I still got grunt work, but not like that. So I'm charged back up.
Well, it's been a year since it's back on the ground.
Yeah, we took it apart a year ago.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It's coming now. And I just can't wait to see that color in the sun. It's light
Yeah,
out.
we just
just
missed it. Just went behind the trees.
I
so-
can't wait to see the yellow caterpillar on top of this green.
Yeah.
Well, green and yellow is gonna make it a John Deere.
Just the engine's going to be yellow.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of metal flake in here. You know what I mean? You can see
Yeah,
it.
the camera won't pick it up till we get it in the sun.
Right.
Then it'll start to really
Well, let's
sparkle.
just sit here till sun comes up.
That works.
I'm with it.
I'll be up till the sun comes up tomorrow anyway. But
That's awesome. I can't believe it.
and the bag's holding air that we
It
had
is.
to patch. So
Yeah, we have to show the people. We had a little mishap with that airbag. That we won't.
she won't be running down the road
We
like
won't run
that.
down the road like that. But a couple tire patches. We didn't know that bag was messed up. But they got them handy with a tire patch.
Well, I think that's gonna do her, huh?
Yeah, that's
Sign off.
yeah.